I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited about what a possible Ahsoka Season 2 might give us. It's rumoured to be greenlit. We don't know when it's going to happen, but given the ongoing story and continuation of The Mandalorian with Season 4, Skeleton Crew, Dave's movie, it is extremely probable a second season is on the way. But regardless of where the next chapter of Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren's journey takes place, an old and familiar piece of concept art has emerged from years ago that suggests Dave Filoni may have had this plan for years. Do you guys remember this piece of concept art? After the Star Wars Rebels epilogue aired, Dave shared this on social media, and before Ahsoka Season 1, we theorized that this is Ahsoka and Sabine searching for Ezra, but now that Season 1 has come to an end, and Ezra's made it home, whereas Sabine and Ahsoka are stuck on Peridea with Baylan and Shin, this wonderful illustration takes on a new meaning. This scene was always intended for the next stage of the story, essentially, Ahsoka Season 2. Dave even admits it. He said when posting this, it was a possible future. This has not taken place yet. This is Ahsoka and Sabine in the wilderness of Peridea. We don't know what they're searching for. They might be trying to find their way back to the known galaxy. And notice Ahsoka has the staff, the same staff she had in the epilogue. She might find this on Peridea. It might be tied to the Mortis gods, or maybe ancient Dathomirian tradition. At the time, Dave said this sketch was a quote, possible future, which does fit with Ahsoka and Sabine stuck in the second galaxy. But what are they trying to find? Are they trying to find a time portal, a way home, something connected to Mortis? And in the same way Baylan is seeking something related to the Father and the Force, is Ahsoka obliged to find that connection as a way of getting home? Does she have to fulfill a greater task as the embodiment of the daughter? In this sketch, which resembles the hills of Peridea, it looks as though the weather has taken a turn for the worse. I suppose the thing that really intrigues me, which they do need to explain, is why Ahsoka had such confidence at the end of Part 8 that she and her apprentice are where they need to be. What is there for them? I assume given all the symbolism regarding what Baylan is seeking, maybe concerning the mother, Anakin's Force ghost as the father, and the presence of Morai, the next stage of their journey relies on more cosmic scale Force events. But what I'm trying to say is, Dave may have had this plan for years. This could be Peridea. And so now, my dear friends, staying on the subject of the Mandoverse, we do have a bit of news for Season 4. Brendan Wayne, who along with Lateef Crowder, is a body double for Din Djarin most of the time during filming on Mando. And just like Giancarlo Esposito, he tends to be a good source for updates on The Mandalorian behind the scenes. Well, now he's taken to Instagram to share an update on the 4th season of Mando. Wayne, who was posting about a team he coaches, reveals that production, or should I say pre-production, on the 4th season is, quote, ramping up. This update follows the end of the SAG-AFTRA strike, where actors, cast and crew have taken to socials to post updates. And this, with the exception of what Katie Sackhoff posted the other day, something I covered at the time, is the first update we've had on Mando Season 4 from anybody directly involved with pre-production. Production was meant to start last month, but the strikes pushed things back. There have been no updates since, though it's now believed according to Bespin Bulletin, the season will not start filming until the new year. There is currently very little in the way of plot details. Din Djarin, along with Grogu, is working for the New Republic, trying to hunt down Imperial remnants, which could, by the way, put them directly in contact with Han Solo. That's what Han was up to in the Thrawn trilogy at this time. And did you know at this time in canon, Han Solo is sporting a beard for a short period of time? Making Star Wars had also previously revealed that Boba Fett is going to make a triumphant return as well in Mando 4, essentially also continuing the storyline of the Book of Boba Fett. Could you imagine, in the same way we had a lot of Mando, in the last few episodes of Book of Boba Fett, they do a reverse thing for Mando Season 4, where half the show goes back to Tatooine to see what Boba and Fennec are up to. There was also speculation Pedro Pascal is not returning due to his commitments, but nothing at this stage is concrete. If Jon Favreau insists they need Pedro Pascal for Din Djarin's face, maybe they'll find a way, despite his very busy schedule. And so finally, my dear friends, this is rather ironic. Only a few hours ago, in my last video about Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, I said it's good that for once, he's not joking. In his interview with Entertainment Tonight, he gave a straight answer about the situation with his Star Wars film, saying he's got about 4 scripts to work on first, before he can prioritize his venture in the galaxy far, far away. In that video, I put a strong emphasis on the fact it's good that for once, he's taking it seriously. But just a few hours later, Variety posts an article, Taika Waititi jokes his Star Wars film will, quote, piss people off. It only took him a few hours, he's back to his jokes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see what Variety said. Taika Waititi can't say much about his forthcoming Star Wars movie, but he does have a joke that might pique his fans' sense of humour. When asked if his addition to the popular franchise would still show fans the same, quote, Star Wars they know and love, the Thor Love and Thunder director animatedly told Variety on the red carpet of his next Skull Wins premiere, quote, it will be, dramatic pause, a Taika Waititi film. It's gonna piss people off, he added with a laugh. In the meantime, the Hollywood multi-hyphenate is celebrating the release of his latest film, blah blah blah. Okay, so his comments about Star Wars, pretty hilarious, because in my previous video, I literally said it's such a shame Lucasfilm hires so many people who don't seem to care. They don't seem to take Star Wars seriously. I'm not denying Taika Waititi is very talented, but is this what Star Wars fans want to hear? That it's gonna piss people off? He said something like this a year ago. He's implied he's not going to follow Star Wars canon, but he also doesn't want to touch the so-called Star Wars royal family, which is what Tony Gilroy calls the Skywalkers. So it's probably going to be a new time period, probably far into the future, or far into the distant past. There are two ways to read this. Either he has a really good idea for a script, and he's just trying to mess with us, just trying to stir the pot, or he's genuinely going into writing his script with a metaphorical wrecking ball, trying to piss fans off with the story he's gonna tell. But I'll be honest, I don't think many fans care. We don't even know the premise yet, and what I've seen from fans who've commented on my last video, but also whenever I brought this up, is a worry he's going to deliberately be divisive. Star Wars does not need that, and those who work on it should bring their passion and love for the franchise and try and create something that appeals to the wider Star Wars base, focusing on story elements, those aspects that George Lucas brought to the galaxy that make it magical. Family, the space opera elements, the multi-generational tale, the little guy, the rebellion rising up to fight the Empire, a story of hope, underdogs rising to the occasion. I mean, this guy's film is many years away, and he's already saying it's going to piss people off. It's not a good look. At a time where Star Wars fans are dying for good quality content, and by the time the next film comes out, it would have been 7 years since The Rise of Skywalker, since the last film. So I don't know about this. His choice of words, interesting to say the least, but what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.